DROD, my boy, what it do?
My
What
boy.
it do, bro? Welcome to the podcast. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being on here. It's great to see you.
Yes, sir. Smoke, man. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Always good to chop it up with you, brother.
Hell yeah, bro. Like I was just like, man, this is actually gonna be fun. Like just sitting around, like we already do this on the regular. So now let's just get a camera, you know what I mean?
Sure.
And like I've been doing I did the first two episodes and they were good, they were cool. But this one is a little special just because we got that SKUT connection, you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
So,
sir.
I guess, do you want to talk about what you do on the SKUT team?
I can, bro. I can, man. So I joined kind of silently, a couple months ago. But I'm really just working with PR. Uh so managing our PR, making sure the brand SKUT is what it is to the public,
Mm-hmm.
and just taking care of those initiatives. So anything SKUT PR and marketing communications, I'm tied to that. Yes, sir.
Nice. All right, now I'm about to switch into reporter mode. We had the press conference. D-Rod, D-Rod. Hi. Hey, yeah, right. Hey, D-Rod, this is Smoke over at the Smokey Boy news agency. I wanted to ask, what do you think SKUT is gonna do to kind of like get the people excited about what's coming for the future? Like, what do you guys have in the pipe? Like, what are you guys gonna do?
Yeah. Man, well, it's a lot going on with SKUT. It's a great time to be involved with SKUT. You know, one thing we pride ourselves on is our energy, and what we want to put out in the world and spread knowledge.
Thanks.
So we got a lot of things coming. That's of course we got the clothing. The clothing is just phenomenal.
Right. Clothing's
The merch.
coming back.
I
We
mean,
about to
we
have
got
not just my podcast. We got this real official SKUT
oh yeah,
cast,
we got the SKUT cast man.
and that shit
Big
is
things coming.
super legit.
Yeah,
Super.
super. We're going crazy with that.
Yeah.
We got featured in they got first feature in person stores. We're gonna let y'all know about that, how we doing with that. We got a couple ties.
Hell yeah.
So working on some things, working on some communication things.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what you got any special PR projects you want to announce to the people or what?
Just in personal or regarding the brand or like what I would like. What you think? What you
I want to hear about D-Rod. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like I want to hear what you
well,
want. So like maybe it got SKUT to do, but maybe just personal. Like what's good?
I mean, it's I'm working on. I mean, I had a vision before I came to SKUT, man.
Talk to me.
And at the time, it was interesting because I was kind of in the middle of switching jobs. And I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do for real. I mean, I know what I want to do, but like, damn, how am I gonna get to it, And I had been drilling my brain in my free time with more knowledge in the field of PR, because of course I graduated, with the degree, but there's always more you can learn. So I started just seeing like, man, I had all this knowledge, and I'm like, if I can just have my own, way of running things, and something I'm passionate about, man, I just really feel like, that's what I want to do, or what I want to do right now. So then I started thinking like, y'all already knew before I joined the team, I was a big supporter, man, big SKUT guy.
Yeah.
I always
Facts.
and when I met you last year, when you came down to Lubbock for my birthday, man, that kind of sealed me. And I remember, I don't know if you remember, but I told you in my kitchen, I was like, hey, bro, hey, let me know, man. I'm trying to get some communications with SKUT in the future, bro.
I think, bro, I do remember you saying that.
You're like, let me take your number, bro.
Saying that.
Okay,
Hell yeah.
What I mean?
Bro, because we didn't even know each other prior. We had never had a conversation.
Right. Yeah,
that was the first time when I stayed at your apartment. That was the first time we had met.
And we was kicking it, man, that whole week or however long y'all were down there. And I'm like, yo, like, just of course, always wanted to deal with SKUT. So I was sitting at home, and like I guess I maybe came across something. I'm like, damn, like if I can somehow get on that SKUT team, and start pushing PR for real, not only with that, I'm doing something that I love to do, but this is going to seriously help and take this brand to the next level.
Mm,
Because when you look at startups and you look at, I mean, businesses in general, a lot of times they overlook PR or marketing, you know.
mhm.
But uh, I know kind of like the X's and O's of how to propel a business, and especially I saw the potential with SKUT, obviously, at the realm of you and Justin. You know, you guys are the founders, and I know your vision. And after really finding out your vision, and I'm like, yeah, this is for me, man. So it was a perfect fit. I reached out to Justin. Um, you know, I let him know that, you know, I have this plan for SKUT, you know, communications wise, PR wise, when I run these campaigns, whenever we have, like, people are gonna know about us. Um, so that's just how I got into, you know, SKUT Gang PR.
Hell yeah.
But, you know, we want to keep going, you know, eventually to where we can have
Wait, oh
um
wait, but let me pause you right there
sure, sure,
before we get into the future, because I want to say, like,
sure.
bro, when you joined our team for real, like, you just brought so much energy, and like I personally love working with you, bro, and I just really appreciate how you stepped in and was really like professional. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
that's something that I didn't expect it. But I was really like, I was like, oh yeah,
yeah.
he's serious. You know what I mean? Even that first phone call we had right when you the first, like, literally the first time like right after the meeting, I hit you up and we
Oh
talked
yeah,
for like another
yeah,
45 minutes, and
yeah,
that shit
yeah,
was, damn, it was just good love, good vibes, bro. And honestly,
yeah.
like, me personally, I really want to push for this year for us to have more for you to communicate out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
I, we've been seeing success, we've been getting the support, but I really want to execute the best that we can. And
Hmm.
so, we've been working hard this last quarter, this whole fourth quarter, and I'm really excited for what we have in this upcoming year. But like, just know that the work you've been doing has been really good, but it's going to be even like better, because just SCUT as a whole is going to be
Sure.
better. And so
Yeah.
I'm really excited that you part of it, bro. I'm glad we chopping it up.
Yeah, man.
Like the new manufacturer partnerships we got, like, they're finally local. We was working
Yeah.
overseas before, but now we finally got
Bet,
somebody.
bet.
I got somebody in Pembroke that we're working with now,
Yes, sir. Yes,
Pembroke
sir.
Pines, Florida.
Absolutely.
Shout out
Yeah,
to them.
yeah, man. Shout out to them, man. We got, like I said, man, we're moving forward, and it's been a pleasure, man. And I have so much love for, you know, the brand that y'all started. And like, I love working with y'all too, man. And with you, like I was saying, just like, man, me and Jordan just kind of meshed, man. Like, it
Straight
was
up.
it was smooth, like, and one of the, like, I ain't gonna lie, like, it was so hard to me when we first met, like, and y'all came with you came with the tripod and shit. I'm
Yeah.
like, dope. I'm like, man, dude just got dope vibes, bro. You just pulled it out. You like, let's just start already. I'm like, we just got here. We already off, you know what I mean? So
Hell yeah.
it just, man, we get along, man, and I appreciate you, dog, for sure.
Hell yeah, bro. Bro, that was a great trip. Good vibes. And
It
look at what
was.
what's turned into. Now we really working together. I'm
Yeah,
excited
man,
about
for
this shit,
sure.
man.
The shit show.
But yeah, I have a crazy story that I want to get into. I'm just gonna start with a question. Do you think, and this is taking a wild turn, you
Come
know what I'm
on,
saying?
hey, look, man.
I'm letting the
I'm
people know,
cutthroat.
you know what I'm saying?
I'm I'm cutthroat, bro.
I'm
I
letting the
say it
people
all.
know this is gonna be some kind of wild shit. But so do you think prostitution should be legal, and why?
Legal,
Yeah.
and why?
Currently it's illegal. I think it's
Yeah.
something like Nevada. Or
You
so
got
I
me.
think,
You
no,
got me.
I don't even know if it's Nevada. I think it's just Las Vegas, actually. I think only Las Vegas it's legal. But I just want to know, like, what are your thoughts? And I'll
You
explain
know,
why I'm asking in a second.
sure, sure. And I'll give you my honest opinion, bro. If you would have asked me this years ago, I may have even had an opinion. I don't even know what I would have said. But today, I'm definitely gonna say I don't care what people do to make money.
Right? Like,
So I mean, if I mean, now granted, it's not anything malicious and crazy. If people want to use their bodies, it's like the whole thing with OnlyFans, you know, and people, you know, I don't get into that because you know what? It's a slippery slope. And two, I don't care how you make your money. You
Right.
know what I mean? I mean, get your bread, man. I ain't gonna now do I want am I condoning prostitution? No, I'm not doing that. But or they're saying like, oh, am I pushing it? No, not even that. But I'm just saying, personally, me, I don't have an opinion on it. I don't think, man, I don't care if they yeah, it should be legal. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I also take it, it's like, okay, we have porn,
Yeah. I mean,
but
yeah,
not. So
that's
this is
there you
confusing to
go.
me. Like, what?
Well,
But
that's what yeah, you go ahead.
like, let's just no, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say that's what, and that's kind of what I meant when I said I didn't want to go that far, but I said OnlyFans. But yeah,
Yeah.
porn, yeah, similar.
And I feel
Yeah,
like, sex work can be like it can be dignifying, it can be a real profession, but keeping it illegal also exposes the people who do it to like danger because you know people can abuse you because you can't go to the cops because what you're doing is illegal. So that's just kind of what I was thinking. But I told Justin I was trying to do stand-up comedy one day. I was gonna go to open mic and do a stand-up comedy. And so I'm trying to think of like really crazy, outlandish, raunchy things to talk about. And sex was kind of like, because I don't know, like I didn't want to do no like racial jokes, like out there
right,
cooning like niggas this and how, you know what I'm saying?
right,
Obviously, I'll
right,
be
right.
saying like, niggas and shit
Of
like that.
course,
But I also wanted to, I don't know, like
you just want to keep it.
do
You
some
want to keep
different
it
shit.
raw.
I want to do some different shit. I don't know. I don't know. But that was just an idea that was floating, just some crazy, wild, off the wall shit.
That's not even. But see, that's not like a. I feel like
It's
it's
just
more.
random.
I mean, it's more shit. I feel like more people are accepting nowadays to stuff like that. In a sense, at least more people will say that they're okay with it.
Yeah, I
I
didn't
don't
crack
know.
it because I do have some jokes, but I didn't crack them because I had planned on doing the joke. Like I had a joke, but I didn't. I was like, I'm gonna save this for when I actually do the. I don't want to give people a head
There you
start. You know what
go.
I'm saying? I
Yeah.
really do want to do this stand up. I'll either bomb or go crazy. But I did think it was an interesting like philosophical question. It's like, why not let people do whatever they want to do? Like, who are we to judge at the end of the day? Like I think there's a lot of judgment around that profession, even like being a stripper or something. And I think that's something that's really pervasive, but we kind of ignore it and take it for like just, oh, that's how it should be. But I feel like we could give those people more dignity, and I think that might be better for society. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, here's the way I see it. It's like, w- what can we really define as a bad job?
Right.
That you're making, like, if you're a sex worker, for example, and you're putting food on the table for your family, like you still have a family, you got a house, you got kids, whatever. That's your profession. I mean, I can't not like you taking care of your family, you take care of your bills, like at I mean, as long as shit's not like out, just like I said, outlandish to the point where it's like damn near it's just inhumane and wrong. Um, which some people will see that as.
But they
I
can't say
wouldn't
it's inhumane though, right?
okay, not the well, not inhumane. I wouldn't say that, but I'm saying like people can see jobs along this line not inhumane, but just not normal, essentially, is what I'm trying to say.
Taboo, like taboo.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
So I don't I don't know, man. I don't know what I would categorize as a bad job nowadays, bro. Because first of all, I know how once you get out in the real world, you know how hard it is to live and make money. I mean, it's a lot of ways to make money, but it's
Yeah,
like it's always a catch. You know what I'm saying? It's always a catch 22. So get it how you live.
that's what I'm saying. And it's like, who are we to judge what somebody else is gonna do? Like, yo, more power to you.
Period.
More
I'm
power to
not
you.
judging. Do your
I
thing, man.
it's just it is weird though. Because like somebody I asked the chick, I was like, oh, would you be able to date a bus driver? And I asked her that because she was like, you're about to be a doctor or whatever. I'm like, oh, you really like him, you got money, you chilling. Could you date a bus driver? And she was like, No.
What?
But then she was like, why'd you ask me that? And then she was like, would you date a stripper? And I was like, I mean, I feel like I couldn't take a stripper seriously,
Right.
but I don't see any reason why we couldn't date, if that makes sense. So as long as, but I also wouldn't want to like move and like finesse her into thinking like, oh no, I want some long-term shit, like you the one. As long as she was cool with just being like, a short-term kind of thing, like I think I could roll with that. I think that shit would be
But
kind
see,
of
I feel
fun.
like I feel like that's a different. I feel like that's different though, like
It's
than
different.
a bus driver.
Well, that's what, right? Okay, but why? All right, and I do think it is different than a bus driver. But why do you think so? Like, what do you think is the biggest difference? Because what I'm saying is like for the woman, I feel like they always want somebody like equal or above. But I'm just
I
like,
mean,
wait, but like you
why
could be a
couldn't
really great bus driver. That's what I'm saying. Like you could be a great bus
but
driver,
what but
passionate.
why didn't she say like my what I'm saying is like why couldn't she say would you date a bus driver?
Oh, because I said yeah. I think she did ask that, and I'm like,
Oh,
well, yeah, I date a
oh.
bus driver. Who cares? I don't
Yeah,
care.
okay.
I don't
Because
care if
that's
she a
my
bus
point. Like
driver.
point made is like, okay, stripper is a little different. Like I would date a bus driver too if that's her if like if I was, you know what I mean, if I was in love with a girl
Right.
that is a bus, I would, yeah. But falling like a stripper, yeah. I don't know.
Not even a short term kind of thing.
I'm not.
And if not, then why
Okay, I'll tell
why?
you. Okay, no. Here's what I'll say. If I met her and I liked, if I was feeling this girl, and then turns out she was a stripper, that's one thing. But the only reason I say this is because like I'm not gonna meet a stripper because I'm not gonna. I mean, I'm not if I want to go to a strip club and fall in love with a stripper. You know what I mean? So
Right. I'm just, hey,
that's
you
what I'm
move once you
saying.
move to Miami and we over here kicking it. Hey, who knows?
It's
You can meet a
but
stripper at Publix. What if you meet her at
that's what I'm
Publix? You can meet
saying.
her
But
at the
that's what I'm
club. You met her
saying.
at
Like
Publix.
that's what I'm saying. Like if you meet, like that's different. Like then I probably wouldn't be like, yeah. I mean, I definitely could. But I'm saying like, willingly would it happen if I knew he was a stripper? Probably not.
Right.
Like I probably like which like would I want to like if I found out a girl was a stripper before I started dating her, would I look at her differently? Not look at her differently, but I don't know if I would take it. Yeah, I guess I would agree. But that's just fact. I mean, I'm just being real.
Yeah, yeah. I think the reason I asked her the bus driver one is because they always say like women want
Yeah,
like they can't date below like
below
below
them,
their
yeah,
below
below
them
their
type shit.
class and shit
But
like
which
that.
makes sense because it's like you want somebody to provide for you, and that's and
Hell
like
yeah.
take charge and all that. So I mean, it definitely makes sense.
How do you feel about that? What do you feel like? So the old school is a man is a provider, protector, and a parent, whatever. So what do you still feel like the male should be the provider of the household?
Honestly, no, because like my mom and my dad have split and they got married to different people. So my stepdad, my mom makes the most money, and so like it's not weird or no or anything.
That's
You know
what I'm
what I'm saying?
saying.
Like I think it's normal, but I also like I don't think it's a bad thing for women to want something. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I'm a lawyer. I kind of want somebody who's a professional too. Like I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But I think men, we just don't care as much because we're just like, yeah, like we're supposed to take care of something. So it doesn't matter if you're a bus
Right.
driver. It doesn't matter. It
Yeah.
doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Whereas the women are like, I want someone to take care of me. So I
Yeah.
definitely feel that because I feel like if I was a woman, I would be like, yeah, I don't know if I could get you to a
But
bus
you,
driver.
but see, but then you got when you have independent women, but
Some women wouldn't care. I mean, not all women. I'm not, but
and
we just
but
generalizing.
here's the thing. I mean, independent or not, everybody needs to be taken care of at some point, or it feels appreciated to be taken care of. So it goes a long way.
That's why I'm like, I want to have more conversations about it where it could be like, oh, like, are you sexist asking me this kind of question? But it's like, I really just want to let's just get to the bottom of it
Yeah,
and
man.
normalize it.
I mean, because there's a lot of things that we as a society, maybe not we, but the people before us, the generations before us have normalized and kind of generalized around you know, sexual norms, men and women norms, you know, stereotypes or and whatnot, where certain things just shouldn't be that way. And I feel like, you know, I'm open to talk. I'm open to talk about all of it. You know what I'm saying? Like I like touching base on it because it's not. It really shouldn't be men versus women, and I hate that a lot of times it is.
Mhm.
So you know, I agree, brother.
You see the
When it
posts
comes
on
to it.
Instagram, like spiritual world and you know, accounts like that. It'll be like,
Yeah,
oh, ladies, it'll be like, oh, if men are worried about the money that they ain't got, and they'll have a tweet for the men where women are the bad guy. You know what I'm saying? It's just like,
yeah.
oh my God.
Exactly.
But the crazy thing is, you see it every day, you know, left, right, and people start
Yeah,
to really be thinking that's reality. Even on Twitter, especially on Twitter, motherfuckers
man.
be.
And George and bro, and let me tell you, that's why like, that's why I stepped away from the social media for a little bit, man.
That shit crazy.
Outside of our SKUT accounts, but like, man, it gets too much, and it's just like, man, whatever. That shit's not real.
No, this is not real. And bro, have you seen the? Oh man, I gotta find the article. But on Joe Rogan, they were talking about how most of the like accounts on Facebook, like the biggest accounts for like Christianity, the biggest accounts, Black people, the biggest accounts, Asian people, Irish, whatever, they were like bots. They were like 70% of them
Bro,
were like robot farms generating content to get motherfuckers pissed off.
bro, that is, and I didn't even see that. I'm not gonna fake it. But this is when I was home for Thanksgiving, that's what I was telling my dad. I was like, this is what a lot of people not understanding what they're seeing. It's not real. Like literally, these are
Right.
fake people, fake
Robots.
comments. Like
Fake comments,
this
bro.
is
People
all,
be
this is,
arguing back and forth,
yeah,
getting mad as
yeah,
shit on fake
yeah.
comments.
And people are looking at this shit, and the audience getting programmed like, oh my god, you know, but it's all fake at the end of the day. So you watching a battle that's not even real, or you looking at an account that's not even all those followers. Like,
That shit is
come
fake
on,
as
bro.
fuck.
So like, how the hell do you have 250 million followers? Like, how?
Right.
Like,
That's not 250 real people. Like, no,
you know what
250
I mean?
million real people. Give
Come
me a
on,
break.
yeah, that real people, like,
Real people.
so,
Okay.
and it's just funny. Like, I mean, when the and I love them. I love Kylie Jenner, Kendall Jenner, or whatever. They'll post, "Oh, thank you to my 200 million," and I'm like, come on, man. I
Okay.
mean, you think you're really talking to 200
All
million
right.
people right now?
Okay.
But
Okay.
it's just, yeah, no, it's fake shit, man. It's
I got
fake.
like 1,200 followers, and I'm definitely not talking to all
Yeah,
1,200. I'm talking to
yeah,
like 80 of them.
yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, look at your.
Talking to
It just,
like,
you can tell honestly when you kind of narrow it down who's actually following you, who's paying attention, who's looking like, and you have ghost followers. It's real. And then well, on my old account, when I had a public IG, I had a bunch of followers too, and it was didn't know like a lot of them. And then yeah, you have random ass accounts. Like, come on, bro. Like,
yeah. The shit that was really blowing my mind is they can get these robots that'll write comments like perfectly in your kind of language. Like they'll study your
yeah.
tweets, your
Oh,
Facebook posts.
it's getting to that part.
That's some crazy shit. Like the deep fake shit. Wow.
Here's what Twitter is getting extremely creative with the topics. I don't know if you've been paying attention.
Well, I haven't. I'm gonna get to the topics, but did you see they got a new CEO?
I did not see that.
Jack Dorsey stepped down, and they got this new guy. He's like a really like engineering whiz,
SEO type shit.
but this motherfucker was like, yeah, it's not our responsibility to uphold the First Amendment. So this nigga came in setting the tone, like, yeah, I'm not worried about that shit. And then you saw they taking down the Nancy Pelosi tracker account.
Yeah,
They took down
yeah,
the Ghislaine
they don't
Maxwell
give a
trial
yeah.
tracker
I saw
account.
all that. Yeah,
They said, you know what? We're not even faking it, nigga. We don't give a fuck about your
yeah,
freedom of
yeah,
speech, nigga. Get your ass
yeah.
off Twitter and speak some shit, nigga.
Like, it's
That's
weird
some
that
real
you
gangster
can.
shit that they on
I
for real.
mean, for real, because it's weird. I mean, how it's I don't. It's crazy. You can tweet shit now, and it can get flagged, or like you can get it can get taken down and shit, like, or these accounts get taken down. Like, all that is literally, yeah, freedom of speech, my ass.
They saying you can say what we want you to say, but go
Yeah,
to
that's
say what you were gonna say about the trends though.
um the topic. So
Yeah, the topics.
so you know how you have, it'll say like NFL, it'll say, so if you follow that topic, it'll show you tweets from that people are talking about related to NFL. So
Yeah.
that's such a broad topic that it shows you so much. But they get pretty specific. So like they'll show you, of course, if you start liking shit about PR marketing, they'll start showing shit like that. But then I saw the other day, it said tweets based off your likes. And that threw me off. And I'm like, so now we get into you're showing me more tweets that I'm literally that are like my that you found a pattern in my likes
Yeah, that's
that like not just oh you like this every now and then, but
right.
like because this has to be a pattern if you base a topic off my likes, because that means you're showing me one of like something that I will for sure be like it'll catch my eye or something. I've liked it before. Why wouldn't you know what I
That
mean?
shit is
And
disturbing.
it's like I don't know, man. I don't know.
No,
So it's just a lot, and I'm like, fuck. Who knows what's real and what's who knows?
bro, we're already living in the metaverse, if we're being honest. Like they've been had us in that shit with social media. We're in the metaverse already. Just all like what is like when we're thinking about Twitter, what is it?
Dude.
Where the fuck is it Twitter? Where is it? Where is it at? Like literally, it ain't nowhere.
Wow,
It's
bro.
not even a real thing. We're just
And,
making it up in our head.
and I mean the thing is like and I have these conversations because I literally say like how much would you talk like you really find out about people or like if you know a person like me and you for an example we have a relationship outside of this fake social media world
Right,
so at me not having social media isn't going to affect our relationship.
right,
But think about the people that you literally just see, or like a girl you follow, y'all follow, maybe y'all passive aggressive flirt every now and then, but y'all never
right,
will
right,
you'll never
right.
link or some
The
shit like
fire
that,
emoji.
right?
You in
You
different
know what I
cities
mean?
and shit.
But
Yeah.
y'all may never link. Or maybe you have in the past, but you won't now. You're just literally just
Or you
watching
never
each
met
other's
them. You never
yeah,
met them.
or you've never met them and you just watch each other's lives. So, but without that,
Hmm.
you wouldn't know this person or you wouldn't think about this person. So literally it's a platform, it's a virtual platform. I mean, it's social media, but it's literally all we're all coming together, like and especially Twitter. Twitter comes to my mind too,
Especially
because
Twitter.
when the thing about Twitter is they take over live events. So like when shit's happening because of the chronology and you can tweet and it's just it's unreal.
Bro, if the
It's
whole
words.
yeah, if the whole world or the whole yeah, if the whole world was a YouTube video, Twitter would be the fucking live chat at the bottom, fucking going crazy.
It might as well be.
That's pretty much what it is. This shit is crazy.
Yeah, and it's like we go through it really makes you feel like you're going through things with other people. And
It's a really crazy experience. It's almost like you get on Twitter, we're all in like a giant person's brain, and then you're like trying to see what thoughts are is everyone else thinking type shit. Like memes or damn near like we all had the same thought or like thought the shit was funny. It's some crazy shit. You see like, oh, 300,000 motherfuckers like this shit just like
yeah,
me.
bro.
Like,
Yeah.
whoa,
Yeah. And it's
viral shit.
it's like, whoa, like I really and I mean that's kind of it can be good, it can be bad. I mean, but that's kind of the thing that like surprises me too is like, damn, actually that many people feel this way, or like that many people also, you know what I mean? Like, and one thing I really noticed is with our generation, millennials and Gen Z, specifically, they are different and they definitely think accordingly. I'll say so.
Yeah.
You can and I mean it's evident on social media, and it's just like when Gen like you'll see like Gen Z millennials aren't going for certain shit. Like they're just not. And like it's displayed and it's just crazy, bro.
Yeah, like our generation is so different because we had the internet. Like the age of information really changed our perspective. We're like, doesn't matter what I'm growing up seeing in my town. Like I can see what's going on half across the world. Like,
Yeah.
so it just opens our eyes to history and how
Yeah.
motherfuckers be fucking us over. Like now, like they're not being able to get away with the politicians. Like they've always been dirty and shisty, but we could never really catch them because, it wasn't ain't no camera phones, wasn't nobody tweeting an
Right.
article or videos. But now
Mhm.
we can actually see when they're making the mistakes that they make and lying to motherfuckers on a grand scale. And so now we're just like, oh yeah, like you might have everybody else full, but not me. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not going for that shit. So
And it's
miss me.
and I mean, like you said, and then it sucks because you'll have the politicians and you'll have people that promote things on social media, and then that comes back and bites them in the ass, you know, a few years later, or a few, because people still you put it on social media. So the world has it now. You know
Right.
what I mean? So like you can't get away as long as you, it's like I really and I really feel like without social media, you just don't exist to certain people. I mean, you don't think about it. I like when I'm not on my social media, when I take my social media breaks, I don't exist to those people that aren't seeing me post, and I don't post all often back to back, but like those people that see your posts every now and then and watch your stories or whatever, like you're not posting, bro. You don't exist. They don't have a relationship with you outside of that. You don't exist. So
Wow,
I
that's a
mean,
crazy way to put it. That's so true though.
yeah, bro. That's why I'm like, man.
It's really like if a tree falls in the forest and doesn't make a sound, or like, or nobody hears it, did it make a sound? Like if you didn't post that you went to the gym, did you even go to the gym?
Right. And then exactly.
Like,
And then
did
it's
you?
like, damn,
Oh,
if I didn't post, now that maybe they don't, now I've conditioned them to think every time I go to the gym, I have to post. So now that I'm not
yeah.
posting, they probably
Now
like,
you
oh, I don't think I'm at
trapping.
the gym.
Right. Now you trapping. Yo, that's funny as hell. Oh my God, bro. That's honestly, that's so crazy.
Tragic.
Like they really changed our whole human experience, but didn't ask us shit. You know what I'm saying? They say, yeah, did you like the world before social media? Well, yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, man.
Listen, for
Like,
better or for worse, here it comes. And now they're doing the same thing they're trying to do the same thing with this new metaverse shit. They're gonna say,
yeah.
oh,
And who knows how it will work, or not how it will work, but you know, what's gonna happen with that. Here's what I'll say though. And it's crazy because I was having this conversation maybe with I can't remember, one of my buddies or my siblings, but I was talking about how when we were younger and we didn't have the certain things we have now, like when I had a flip phone when I was a kid and I could text people like outside of, I thought that was the coolest shit. You can't FaceTime, but you always call and you just talk like for hours on the phone. And like, of course we love FaceTime. We appreciate it now. And we appreciate, you know, this, but it's just like, those certain things were so cool to me and like outdated. But one of the coolest things were coming home from school and hopping on like MySpace or like Facebook at a young age with your friends, or like we played like the computer games like Wii World and all that. Like it was
Animal
just,
Farm and shit on
yeah,
Facebook.
I mean, and they were just preparing us, and now we're just, this social media age is like, wow. I mean, TikTok. I mean, what is like, ooh, it's at an all-time high, and it's here to stay.
One of my friends, his name is Joey. He it's like an admin on a couple of people, like these RuneScape streamers. They got like big accounts, and he's like an admin on their Discord. So he like is raw with the Discord shit.
That's what's
So
up.
I had him show me some of the things because I wanted the SKUT to have a raw Discord too. Like we got the internal one, but I really want to turn up an external one. You know what I'm saying, for like the whole community.
That'd be
And
great.
so he was showing me that shit, but I'm just like, whoa, like he met so many people like all over the world, like so many people. He was like, oh yeah, this guy died of brain cancer. He has a nigga who's dead on that bitch. Like he's free, he died,
That's
but his account's still there. Like this is, and like it's like, whoa, like we really are making real genuine connections via the internet. And now we just have it one step further with this new shit. It's gonna be kind of spooky mode for the real world.
right,
That's why I'm a
right,
little
right. And it's just like, how far do we really want to go?
how,
Because
that's what I'm saying.
because even when I was, I mean, legit, I mean, it's not, I don't know if it's not as common nowadays, but when I was younger, like I literally had people I played Xbox with that I never met, and
Yeah.
like we would play all day, and like you just never meet these guys, or it just, it's weird. And I mean it is common still today, but
Yeah.
it's just, that's also pretty, I mean, I think it's unique and that's cool. But man, how far do we really want to dive into this, man?
That's what I'm saying.
It's not reality, because it's to a certain extent, it's like we're redefining reality
Yeah.
slowly. I mean, that's all we're doing is redefining reality. It's just, I don't know.
I have a homie, his name is Cody, that we actually met just like that. Like Justin and I think like one of my friends, Ryan, like met him online playing Gears of War.
Okay.
And so we just kept playing video games with this dude. And now like we actually met up in real life.
Oh yeah, I did.
He be rocking SKUT shit too. He lives in I'm not gonna give them I'm about to give his whole address.
Yeah.
But yeah, like no, he's a cool dude, and like we still be kicking it, like still be playing the game and shit. But yeah, we literally met this dude off of fucking Xbox, like real pen pal into real life friend shit.
I mean,
But this is the thing, but bro, like the companies involved. Have you seen the Meta commercial? Because you know Facebook changed their name. You've seen it with the tiger and the bull.
I've seen it, man.
What do you think about that commercial?
I don't know, bro. Like a lot of times when you see ads and stuff like that, the way I look at them now is not the way I used to, because of being in the field of communications. So I didn't really analyze this one as deeply as I maybe could have. I just kind of, I mean, I saw it, but like I didn't really have an opinion on, like.
No, bro, no way.
What do
you definitely had an opinion. What we talking about?
Did I not see it?
Are we talking about it's a painting? It's like the kids, they walk up, it's a painting.
Wait, hold on, keep going.
And there's a tiger on there. He says something, and then they like get in the painting and they're looking around and shit, and they're like, "What the fuck is this?" Bro, you might not have seen it. I'm telling you, because if you saw it, you definitely would have a reaction like, "What the fuck?" You think something?
See it, man. Maybe I didn't, because no, I don't.
I damn near want you to do it on the recording, because that shit is some wild.
You want me to look it up?
Yeah, see if you can type in. Go on YouTube right now, and type in Facebook. What is it? No. Type in Meta commercial.
Is there more? Is there more than one ad for it?
No, I think this is their first ad. Yeah. So if you type in Meta commercial.
Oh, the buffalo?
The tiger and the buffalo. Yeah. It's a minute 21. Watch that shit. I'll just sit here and run an ad for us on some goofy shit. But you have to check that out.
Give me a second.
Turn the sound up too. You have to hear it.
Oh, you know what? I don't think I finished watching this.
No, you have to watch this shit. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have not seen the Meta commercial, please go on YouTube right now. Type in Meta commercial. See the tiger and the bull, I think it's called, the very first thing by Meta. Notice the comments are turned off. Very strange, isn't it? And then I just want you to, just think about, this is the company that wants to put you in the metaverse. They want to put billions of dollars in and say, yeah, hey, slide that sweet ass in here. It's called the metaverse, baby. Come kick it, you know what I'm saying, in the verse. Kick it with Meta in the verse. You feel me? They're going to make it
to be fun.
Right. This is going to be fun. Like, what? Like, huh? Is it over?
Yeah, that's okay.
Bro, what do you think about
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, personally, again, I can't see it doesn't seem real to me, for one.
Facts. But come on, give me on the commercial. Give me some on the commercial. I know you. What do you think on the commercial?
It just, I don't like it. It was uncomfortable. I was uncomfortable watching the things move.
Bro, yeah, that shit was creepy, right?
I mean, it was cringy for sure.
That shit was making me nervous when I'm watching that, because I just got really bad vibes. I'm like,
I don't know, man.
A tiger eating a bull. The kids are like almost looking like, why is this happening? Like we didn't ask for this.
But everybody else was dancing and like vibing,
saying, "Oh, this is gonna be fun." Like, what? Like they got like a weird hexagon cloud in the background, like some Saturn shit. Like I'm just like, what is up with all this weird imagery?
Like satanic weird shit.
Like even when they zoom in on the kids, there's like these 3 circle paintings behind them.
Yeah, see, I got, like I said, I didn't analyze it. That I gotta read.
It's some weirdo shit. bro.
I would have to relook at it, man. But
It's just like, why would that be their very first commercial? Like, what are you selling me? You know, this is gonna be fun. Like, what these cryptic ass messages?
man,
Like,
here's
what?
the thing. A lot of times when you have subliminal messages and things like that, that is exactly what they are. Like they'll run past a motherfucker's head. Like if you're not looking for
This shit's
like
scary.
like if I ain't gonna lie, like if I unless I was just like probably zooted, just staring at a TV and that popped up. If that popped up, bro, in the first time, I just probably would not have really like I was like, oh, what the fuck?
Saying
Like
I would have been
some
scared, low
people.
key. I would have been like,
So
oh
I
shit.
mean, but then when you really look at it, of course,
Yeah.
then you know you come up with those and you take things and you have the mind capacity to think further beyond um thinking, oh, it's just an ad
No,
because
fact. Yeah, you know, I was watching
a
some
lot of shit
breakdown
is fucked
videos
up.
on the YouTube shit.
Yeah, I'm
Bro,
already knowing
because
because
the first time I seen it, I was like, this is definitely some psycho shit, bro. Like I need somebody to break this down because this is some weirdo ass shit.
bro, damn near everything out that get like damn near everything is like that. Like anytime a big company puts out a fucking major advertisement or something, like you're gonna find some weird shit in that motherfucker. Like
Yeah,
it's
it's
gonna be
kind of
something that they
creepy.
pushing in there or something that's like,
Yikes.
and you miss it, but nah, it's in there.
Shit, they're gonna be like, oh, remember when you always talking shit back in 2021? Well, now you're in the metaverse, you're discriminated against. So fuck you. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh,
But here's the thing: we don't even have to like who's to say we have to tell you that you're getting fucked? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you know we're fucking you over? Like you could just be like we could be shadow banning all your shit, but you wouldn't know. You know what I'm saying? Like
and see,
that's why I'm worried.
and here's another thing, like you know, not even outside the metaverse. When you said we're living in the metaverse now,
Mhm.
social media, bro, it's like when you have when you take a break from it, like an actual break from it, you see how for one how much you were invested on it or something. You may see how much you were, and for two, how much it's like how much you relied on it. Because I mean, Twitter damn near might as well be the morning news for me. And for a lot of people, I mean, shit, I love Twitter. Twitter's my favorite social media platform. It's funny as hell. That's
Shit,
pretty much why I'm on that motherfucker, just to
straight
laugh.
comedy.
But I mean, you do have fan bases, your sports, like in those communities, which is also crazy. But you taking a break from shit like that, it's like you gotta find another way to get your information. Like
Bro.
how, like damn, breaking news is on Twitter. Uh, anything about your favorite sports team, Twitter. Like anything about anything, Twitter. You know
Hell
what I mean?
yeah.
You can go on Twitter and you will find it. So it's like again, not having that or not being a part of that, you really it makes you feel like you outside of the world, like you don't know
Mm.
what the like it make you feel like for real, like it's like damn motherfucker, do I exist or what's going on? Like I really don't know what's going on because I'm not on Twitter. You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
make people it condition people to think like that because
Because like
that's
our grandparents were
normal
just
reality.
they were just sitting at the crib.
It was just chilling,
They was
right? I mean,
chilling.
even our parents. I mean,
Our
even our
OGs,
parents.
yeah.
They didn't have social media. I mean, we don't want our generation, you know,
That's
and
crazy
so
as fuck.
yeah, bro. I mean, that's the one. We grew up with this shit, and now, I
At least,
mean,
yeah, our like young like my little sister, shit, like anybody under the age of like I'd say 18 now, it's like you didn't grow up in a world where there ever was no social media. Like kids
yeah, y'all
born
don't even. They don't
nowadays,
know, right?
they
They
won't
don't
know anything.
know.
They'll only know the
That's what
iPads
they
and shit.
know.
That's
That's
some
what they
crazy
know,
shit.
and that's like to me, that's like what in the hell? That is
That's some crazy shit.
unreal, bro.
Like
But see, it's like again, it's probably it all goes back to like innovation and time and adaptation because
facts.
think about the times before there was no internet or think about not even that think about the times there was no cell phones, you know what I'm saying, like
Yeah.
or there was no, like I said, FaceTime. We didn't have FaceTime. Now we can't imagine without FaceTime or
But
Zoom
no,
or
yeah, it's just but in the history of the world, like motherfuckers were literally just riding horses and shit like 100 years ago. And we went from nothing to goddamn FaceTime and shit. And
sure,
like
sure, like I
we're
said,
like 20 years old. Like that's some crazy shit.
that's why we're seeing so much shit now because I
Right.
mean it's happening rather quickly. And as long as we're alive, like we've been around, 25 years, 24 years, 20, whatever. And it's going to be a lot of shit that's changed
Yeah.
from, I mean, even 10 years, bro. So what's the next 10 years going to look like?
Oh my God.
When, we 35, 36 years old,
The world's gonna be
it's
crazy.
going to be totally different. So, I mean, fuck, man, just,
And
hey,
then look what they
evolve.
did with COVID too. I feel so bad for my sister because she's in high. I got sisters in high school. I got sisters in college, and COVID just fucking that shit up, bro. Like that's so bogus. Like they
Man,
don't know. Like the world before
dog.
COVID was way
So,
different than the world after COVID. It just
it's
was.
it's funny that you speaking on specifically college because my senior year, um, I was at I was at Tech, and our second half of our season got canceled
Mm,
um because of COVID, and that's when it started, March 2020. So
mm-hmm.
I ended up coming back for another year, but when like campus, there was no campus, everything online, like COVID completely, you can't go to certain, but like you can't do shit, like completely changed everything. So I'm thinking in my mind, I'm like, these freshmen, these kids, bro, they're not getting a real college experience like I did. I was fortunate enough to have the 4 years. I mean, just the last part of my senior year. And I mean, I came back for another COVID year, but I had my college experience. These people are not getting the true like that is so sad to me, bro. Like
Yeah,
it's
because they definitely paying for the shit. They getting the student loan
hey,
debt
they
experience.
get that they definitely get the
Motherfuckers are getting
real,
that.
they pay that experience.
That's fucked up. So bogus, bro. Because
Gotta get
like
some gas
everybody's
money,
wearing
bro.
masks. They're really pushing like in New York. I didn't know this until recently when I heard about the new variant and the booster shot.
The Omarion variant.
Yeah, bro. And they
Oh my
said in New
god.
York, you have to, I didn't know that you have to have a vaccine passport to go to a restaurant, bro. Like,
It's getting to that
what?
point, man. I mean,
And like, what? But here
well,
in Florida, we kicking it. My boy DeSantis said, yeah, we're
hey,
not gonna be on that. Sorry.
that's what I'm saying. Like, and I live in Texas, so you can imagine like going other places is literally not the same living. Like, you can't like. That's why when we kick it, me and my buddies, it's like, damn, we could not do this in a different state, man. And
It's
it's shocking.
crazy.
It's to be honest. The only thing, like, I'm not ever gonna sit here and tell, like, I hate the vaccination versus unvaccinated. I fucking hate it. I hate it,
So
bro.
fucked up.
Like, I hate it. I think it's the worst thing ever. Should never
Definitely
happen.
is.
Like, you should never have to split because a person's vaccinated. You shouldn't hate them for not being vaccinated. And if you're not vaccinated, don't hate the people that are vaccinated. If they
Literally.
if they want to be vaccinated, they want to be vaccinated. If they don't, they don't. It's that simple, fam. So, that's the way I see it. But anyways, I lost my train of thought. All I'm saying is just come on. I mean, the division, bro.
Yeah, the
It's
division is
always
fucked
something
up.
to divide people by, bro.
And it's like we know it's not based on real, like they say, trust the science, quote unquote. But we don't even know what it is. We're not having science conferences where we're seeing all the papers presented on a C-SPAN live stream that's like 8 hours, where all the top doctors in the world are saying,
Yeah,
"Hey, oh, this is the findings that we found for
yeah.
the study done, blah blah blah, with X Y Z number of subjects. This was the hypothesis." You know what I'm saying? Ain't none of that shit going on. They're just saying, yeah, this is Dr. Fauci, and this nigga, bro, he really said this. He said he was like, frankly, if you're questioning me, you're questioning science. Then he straight up dead ass said that. I swear he said that, bro. Hey, look it up. If I'm not lying, this motherfucker said, if you're questioning me, you're questioning science, which
Yeah,
I thought you were
that's
supposed to question
bro.
science. I thought that was the whole point of science was
I
doing
did
research.
hear that, and I even it's like when, okay, just what you said, you're questioning science. It's like when Joe Biden went on fucking the Breakfast Club and he told Charlamagne, he said, if you still question me or Trump, you ain't black. And it was
Right.
like,
And we let that slide. I'm still,
it's
bro,
like, come on,
everybody with a
guys.
Dr. Umar meme page of fucking black anything, and you
It's like,
did
come
and you
on,
voted for
guys.
him, we gotta delete, we gotta throw the whole shit out, don't we? Can't we
Well,
have some respect?
I mean, my thing is all about this, bro. These people in power, politicians, whatever, they really feel like they truly like they're conditioned to think what they're saying is fact. And that's where I struggle. Like I try not to fucking pick a side. Of course you have your sides, but like I try to understand both sides, but they they literally think what they're saying is fact without giving others perspective or giving other people a chance to think for themselves. So it's that type of control that I don't like. I don't like being controlled. I don't. So it I'm not. Ooh, you
Yeah,
know what I'm
like
saying?
they might think it's a fact, but I think a lot of times they'll even lie just to get people riled up or just
Oh,
to
of
get, you know,
course.
to get power. Like it just goes back to
Yeah.
they don't I don't feel that our political system has the general common good of the people, but it's like at this point they have us in a fucking like ankle lock or some like WWE move because it's like they're in power. They're not gonna make rules to make them not in power. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
I mean, come on now, think about
so it's
it.
like we can talk about this all day
It doesn't
forever.
matter.
Niggas are gonna be
Yeah.
laughing. Like, yeah, nice
Yeah.
podcast. Nice podcast you
Fact.
had.
That's why I don't trip, bro. That's why I don't like I never like I don't want to sweat my damn self about that shit that I know. Like what I will never reach that level to be able to change anything, you know, any
Not
type
in the
of.
not in the government at least, bro. But
That's what I mean. That's what
and
I
it
mean. Like
yeah, and it's like
that's what.
why would I want? And then it's like why am I trusting them to make decisions like whether or not I should get a vaccine? Like that's what I'm. It's like
Well, that is just the weird.
we
Yeah,
all
that's
know
weird.
politicians are kind of slimy.
Yeah.
Even if you're thinking they do have the comment, like all right, because I don't think I can find a senator and say you're not doing what's best for the comic. I mean, maybe I can find a couple, but for the most part, I think they are generally trying to do their best, you know, in their own head. But we all have a general sense that they're kind of shisty.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
have a general sense that politicians are liars. And so it's like, why all of a sudden now am I just supposed to magically be like, yeah, you know what? I'm throwing you the keys.
Yeah.
This is the biggest, you know, now that the lights are on, like, oh, it's a big thing. Like yeah, the pandemic stakes are high. Now I'm throwing you the keys after, you know, you've been proving that you're incompetent, that you're not really that worried about me. That just is kind of crazy to me. And then the
Well,
really just, like you said, the division, like, oh,
yeah.
we're gonna get the people who did get vaccinated to really attack the unvaccinated people. It's like,
Yeah.
come
I mean,
on.
yeah, and that's of course like the big argument about wanting to get vaccinated because of how far they're pushing it and um you know you're trying to force people's hand, and then of course now you have the public media crushing everyone that's unvaccinated, and you know you pull the statistics of the COVID deaths and things like that, but there's so many things that I question, like if they really wanted, if they really had the best interests of their people, then why is this still cost money? Or, you know what I mean? Why
Mhm.
is this so hard to get? Why can't we have this also that affect Americans or people? Because this is just not an American thing on a regular basis. And healthcare, whatever the fuck. I mean, I didn't want to
Right.
say it. I didn't want to say it, but healthcare, cancer
Right.
treatment,
And shoot, it's like,
things like
okay,
that. It's like those things are killing Americans. I mean, alcoholism and I, I they marijuana is illegal, alcohol is
mm,
not. You
mm,
get behind a car and you go and kill these fucking people. You blame the person, right? But you won't ban the damn shit. But you want to keep marijuana away. It's just
mm.
shit. Just to me, it's like it's all about like the people that create these standards and these norms. They all had an opinion, fam.
Yeah.
So like we know this. that we can have our own. But a lot of people don't, you know, and they go off of what the norm is. They go with the grain, bro. It's fucked up.
Yeah, man, it's like
Peace.
I think people are just be scared. They'll say like, okay, even if you don't want to go as far as, all right, the healthcare, like, you know, it's so we can't do this because where are we gonna get the money from and taxes and blah blah blah. Okay, a lot of jargon as to why. Okay, fine. So then why, you know, it's in the middle of a pandemic. Why can't we just have a, hey, this is again, maybe they have this and I'm just ignorant. Like, oh, hey, you know, we really want to emphasize being healthy during this pandemic because we recognize that people who are obese, they have more of a risk factor for getting sick and dying. So here are like the top science. These are like the best proven workouts for like your age range or your weight, blah, blah, blah. Here's just a recommendation for kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, simple, you know how they have Peloton workout plans? You can get that shit from Peloton. Why can't we just have a government sponsored one? Like, that's real. Like, okay, we're not going to give you healthcare, but, you know, here's how you should probably, you know, exercise.
Right.
You know, if you can make it to a gym,
yeah,
just do the US standard. You don't need a personal trainer.
And yeah, sure. And
how
and
fucking hard is that?
I mean, it even, and I'm not saying motherfuckers should have to help free help, like whatever. That's not my.
No, I mean, I would love to give up. Yeah, but I know what you mean.
That's another argument, but like I agree, man, and it's all agenda setting. Like they tell us what to fucking think about.
Yeah,
you know? And they tell us what to value and put emphasis on, and like when it's fucked up because the people will be calling for things and they will just pretend like they don't see that shit. And I mean, it's like, hello, I don't know. I just don't feel like you should always work with the people, for the people, not against the people. And are we fortunate to be in the United States over other places? Yes. Do I feel like the United States always working for the people? No. I mean, I don't, but
that's what I'm saying. They don't have to hold us hostage to the, yeah, you could be living in Iran or some shit. Like, yeah, but like, you know what I'm saying? I'm here. Let's make this as best as it can be. You know what I'm saying? We have to settle for y'all's bullshit just because y'all motherfuckers set it up, you know?
I mean, it goes to the backbone of this country and the history of this country. So, I mean, can you blame a motherfucker for really being skeptical?
At least a little bit.
Like, you know I mean, can you blame? I can't. You used to call everybody a conspiracy theorist, but then like anybody that thinks for himself is a conspiracy theorist. But I mean, all right. I don't know. I don't hate. I hate. It's just like, bro, hear me out type shit. You know, we may disagree. We have a difference of opinions. Have you ever thought about that? You know what I mean? That's just how I see it. Like, but no, it's always a right answer.
It's just, yeah, like I want people to, I feel like we can reimagine the way our government is if we just try, you know. It's like, I don't see anybody even trying to do anything. It's always just somebody getting mad on Twitter, you know what I'm saying? Or a Facebook post, but we don't really ever see any real innovation. And I feel like that's because most people who are organizing or really have influence are not about to.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
So it's like, damn, the people have to lead the people, and it's almost like we're on a farm. You know what I mean? It's like the animals have to get the fucking tools and shit, and be like, hey, you know what? We're not gonna stand for this shit no more. Like, you guys have been kind of slaughtering us. Like, let's chill out, and you know what I mean? Like, we don't have to put up with this shit no more.
Yeah. I mean, you kind of hit it on the nail when you said the people that can do something won't, because a lot of times it's just like, what can you do?
What can you do? Exactly.
You won't make it that far. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's facts. You know, I mean when I said, but that's facts. You won't make it that far. Trust me. So
that's why you gotta, and that's why it's hard as it is. I encourage people to start your own shit.
Hey, nah, man, for real. That's the way to go if you can.
I've been thinking about this. I don't know, like just a way in general to govern. Like, I don't know the details. I'm definitely not a political expert, but I feel like local government, like more emphasis on local government and a smaller like federal government, I think that would be better, because with
Oh
local,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like I know
So
that's the mayor. I pull up to
yeah,
his
yeah,
house, I'll
yeah,
be like, Mayor, what
yeah.
the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
versus the federal government, Joe Biden is a dude on a screen to me. I've never seen him, you know, like
And you probably
I
and you
probably never
won't.
will. Like, and he definitely doesn't have my best interest in mind. How could he? He doesn't know what the fuck is going on. Has he ever been to
Right,
Miami? Like, has he
right,
ever been to Miami when it wasn't
right,
Epstein on them's island? Like,
right, right.
I'm not alleging that.
Yeah.
I don't know for sure, but I'm just saying, like, what?
You know.
Like, Bill Clinton, at least, like, what? Like, those
Well,
motherfuckers don't have my best interest. So why do I have him, dictating so much crazy ass shit? But I guess it's like they'll
that's
say the
crazy.
military and things like that.
Yeah.
Like, hey,
Yeah, like
but keep
because
the military, but just all the other shit. Like, have that
well,
some
here's the thing.
state.
I mean,
I don't know.
I agree, bro. Like it should be you have to scale it to some point, right? Because
At some point,
there has to be some form of government.
yeah,
There has to be
has to be.
because with lacking no government, we will have chaos.
It'd be terrible.
But but it has to be scaled down because, like you said, I mean, we can't really see it. It's hard. It will be hard for us to see a difference made by someone behind a screen who doesn't, you know what I mean, know us or see us or really in the community as for a mayor or, whatever the case may be. So, yeah, I agree, man. I think it just needs to be scaled
Yeah.
because I mean, I mean, we once you get in the look, and when I say this, once you get in the real world, you really understand. You're like, okay, I really see how shit's really controlled. Like
Yeah.
you see how the American dream isn't the American dream. It's the dream they told you to have. You
Mm.
know what I'm saying? It was the dream that they programmed to have. So all this time we trying to fight to catch a dream. You know what I'm saying? We're chasing fake dreams, like or dreams that's just not our dreams. Maybe you don't want to live like that, or maybe you don't see. I don't know. You just they paint a picture, and a lot of people follow it all the way up until this point. You get life hits you, and you like, damn man, this shit is wow. Okay,
Hmm.
you
And
know.
it's weird though, because it doesn't seem like it's bad. It's like, what are you talking about? Like, I can get a sweet job, I can have a fucking
Right.
G-Wagon, live in a nice house, but maybe not everybody doesn't want to have to work to to live. You know what I mean? Like, and does that mean they're lazy, freeloading? You know what I'm saying? Losers? Like, is that what it means? But at the same time, it's
Yeah,
like,
bro.
okay, say we did have something where, you can imagine this. So we have a society where people can work and get G-Wagons, but if you're not working, you have a certain amount of money, you're entitled to a car, a house, like, living, whatever. Okay, great. But now, like, we have China that comes in. They're like, oh, yeah, like, all our people are doing this. We don't give a fuck about your local government. You know what I'm
Yeah, that's
saying? You
beast.
lazy motherfuckers need to get off your ass. I guess there's a little give and take
You
there.
see what I'm saying?
There's
That's
like,
why I say
oh,
like
shit, it's complicated, huh?
it gets complicated, and that's why I say we're fortunate to be here rather than other places. But
So
I
how do
see
we
what
find
you're,
that balance? That's what I'm saying.
yeah,
Like,
like the balance, bro.
because I
I
know
mean,
people are gonna say, because I'm trying to play devil's advocate, because I know there's gonna be the people at home like, oh, you talking about the fake American dream,
oh
and
yeah,
you know what
yeah,
I'm
in the
saying? And I'm like,
comments and shit.
there's truth in what you're saying with that, but I also want to say, because like, yeah, say we do have like a smaller government, but then China's fucking us up. So yeah, there is, obviously, we need what we need, but I just think we can reimagine the shit more. Like, we don't even try new ideas. Nobody even
We
floats new
don't.
shit.
We don't. I see what you mean though. That's very unique. It because and it's just all been programmed and it's all been like I said, bro. It's a painted picture, man. This is how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to live like this. You're supposed to whatever. Go to college. I went to college. I got my degree. But
Same.
they'll tell you, but they'll tell us you're supposed to go to college. You get a degree. You're supposed to get it. This is how it's supposed to go. You need to
Bro,
have. They'll tell you how what age you need to be doing shit by. It's like, damn, bro.
you got a prescription
And
your whole life laid
fuck,
out. Here go the script.
literally, it's some Westworld shit, man. Telling you like how your life will be played out. You know what I mean? And then you had the people that don't. It's like, nah, motherfucker.
Do you know
Yeah,
what was a do you know what was a reality check to me?
sure.
When somebody told me that most of the Americans do not go to college. That absolutely sent me, bro. I was like, what?
Because I mean, if you think about it though, that statistic it blows me, but it makes sense. We knew a lot of people that didn't go to college, in the generations ahead of us. And then you see like, oh, they're pushing college on us. And then
Yeah, they
now
push
it's
it
like, but now like you even have ways. I mean, there's so many more ways to make money virtually and digitally that
virtually and
now it's like,
shit.
okay, now college is starting to, fuck. I mean, is
Yeah.
college worth it now? So again, I mean, I see it. So it makes sense for like the
I think,
unemployed.
yeah, that's kind of what I was getting at. It's like
Yeah, yeah.
they're really pushing college on us, but they didn't give a way for everyone to get into it. That it's like they're like,
And that's
oh,
not
if you
fair.
want to be in this society, you basically have to go to college. That they don't give anybody any kind of real world experience. It's like
My thing
this
is
is
why
fucked up.
I feel like here's the thing with college, because there is so much good that comes from college, like
Definitely.
the experience,
Definitely
and
experience.
of course, and more experience than knowledge any day. But I mean, of course, college made me smarter. But here's what I'm saying: if if we go to college, right, or if you want to go to college, we went for sports. But if you want to go to college or play sports, if you just want to go to college, that's fine. But should a motherfucker that's just as thoughtful and talented that doesn't want to go to college, should they be punished? Should they have less opportunity because they didn't go to college?
Mhm.
Now, college, they say, oh, college can be seen as leverage. That's true, but to a certain extent, because you have a lot of times where I mean, the economy we live in today, and just in general, plenty of people have college degrees that don't have a job. You know what I
Yep,
mean? And they're
definitely.
they're phenomenal people. And then you have people that don't have degrees that have jobs, right?
Facts.
It's just, I feel like there should always be opportunities for both paths, because
Right.
if it doesn't matter who you like, it literally doesn't matter what you think about college or not. And I want my kids to go to college, but it's not for everyone. Like because I know my experience was good, and I know how if you can have a good experience, you can learn a lot. But um college isn't for everyone.
Facts.
Like literally, like they're not that type of person. Like school educate I mean, education is one thing. Learning knowledge is, you always should do that. But school, the system and like that's not for everyone, man. People can
Definitely
make
not.
money different ways, man. So yeah.
I think I was about to say something else about school. I literally just forgot it though. Damn. Oh yeah,
Ran
I
out
was
of
talking about.
water.
So you're gonna get some water?
That I ran out of water.
You can go get some. I'll just edit it out.
But yeah.
Yeah, I think I was about to say something
Yeah,
about the schools.
go ahead, man.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
ready. See this.
but yeah, it's like I was thinking about this the other day because I work in like the education industry. It's like
Right. Yeah, what's your
test
opinions on it? Go ahead.
test scores is what I wanted to bring up. I'm just wondering about test scores. Like, how is this a like? Obviously, we need to test what you learn,
Bro.
but it's just there has to be a better way to test what people are learning because we need to be testing for different things. We should have curriculum about different things.
Sure,
I
sure.
really feel like we need to have more conferences or people who are like just think tanking about this kind of shit.
Yeah,
We have
bro.
really, really smart people
Hmm.
going into banking and finance. You know what I'm saying? They're,
Yeah,
they're going into private sector company. You know what I'm saying? Going after this
yeah.
cash, which of course, like, why not?
Great idea.
Damn, why can't we get a little government subsidies to get these really smart ass motherfuckers to be working on the biggest issues of our country, like the
Yeah,
infrastructure? Like,
yeah, yeah.
damn, that shit fucking crazy as
I'm
well.
so glad you brought that up, bro. Because I got some shit to say.
Mm,
Because two things you hit on a nail. I mean, you hit it on the nail in general, but two things that stood out to me was one, the test scores, and then B, something that I thought about as far as like testing on specific things. So the test scores, bro.
mm,
I think it's just unreal to me how you gonna base a whole damn like the ACT, bro, that shit is out of pocket.
This shit is definitely
Like
out of pocket.
you gonna determine if a motherfucker gonna get into your school. Fuck the grades
Right.
necessarily,
Fuck the
or how
grades. Fuck
good
all that shit you was doing.
how they are as a student and how they can develop their brain. Like I test on a bunch of random shit, and oh, you can't get into my school, or but not even that. You have I've talked to women in the past in school who have they want to go into the medical field. They want to get in med school. But med school is like it's like the hoop dreams, for niggas, the hoop dreams. Niggas be wanting to go to the league. It's like med school for the girls in
Right.
college.
Because
It's
they love to
hard,
flex it. They
bro.
love to flex it.
But it's hard, bro. Med school is hard, bro. It's
Hell
hard to
yeah.
get into. So, but and the problem is they base it off this dumbass MCAT, this MCAT test, and you have these girls and men, of course, not just. But I'm talking about girls because
Mostly women are going to college and like especially higher education. I've seen that in my personal life. All the girls graduate, all the people graduate, girls. I don't see no dudes. What are the dudes?
I mean, that's of course. But what I was trying to say is the girl specifically that I talked to. No, you're good, brother. You're good. The girl specifically, it's like they will stress so much about an MCAT, and I'm like, damn, you really can't get into med school if you don't pass like a test, bro. If you don't pass this test, but like. And then it's like to be a doctor, the shit they don't do shit, my nigga. Like not like they don't do not like that, but like compared to like a nurse or like
I know what you mean.
Whatever. I don't know. It's been a while, but it's just like
they really don't. They kind of walk in, they'll say, "Oh yeah, okay, great."
Let me see, and then make fucking bands. But I mean, and of course we need them, but they're geniuses. So she can, and you got these girls stressing, but I just know she's so like you might know the girl's so talented and smart. Like, damn, I know they would do good, but this damn test. And typically they don't score very well on the first one because it's hard as fuck. I mean, it's 7 hours or some stupid shit like that or whatever. But I mean,
that's kind of crazy.
This is their career. They put all this time and money into school, right? To go through this profession, to base it on a test. I don't think that just doesn't make sense to me. And that's why I've always in school, I've been a solid test taker, but like papers have always been my best thing because what can you really besides like grammar and stuff? Like if you tell me to write about a topic, what the fuck are you gonna tell my opinion wrong? Right. Like, unless it's like a biography, you know what I mean? Like, but so I love papers, you know what I mean? I can talk about, but so in high school, for example, why are we not preparing these kids for college? Like, or for stuff that if kids want to go to college, or why are we not teaching them? Like, why are we not prepping them? For those courses, like why are we all learning the same shit? Like I don't think in high school, even as early as high school, like we don't need to be learning the same shit. Let these people start, you know what I'm saying? So I agree with you, bro. I'm glad you brought it up.
Yeah, not even, like actually, I didn't even think about it from a college lens. So I'm glad you even pointed that out. I was thinking for even younger, like, how come we're doing like high school tests? That shit is like just memorizing shit,
It really is. High school, that's what it is.
Something that I could have just Googled, and if I could Google it and see it, then I could solve it. But now, oh no, I had to have it memorized. Versus, so like, okay, we have that test taking model. What if instead we're teaching people, oh, this is how you make a business online. The grade is how successful it is. And we're just going to, try to help you out with Shopify or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You make $10,000. Whoa. Like, obviously you got an A, nigga, but yours didn't really do much. Like, it is what it is. But there's no grade. It's just you kind of didn't learn it or whatever.
Grades, it's like, it's just it's for measurement, but I don't know. But go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say like, okay, they'll be like, well, Jordan, we can't just teach everybody online business. It's like, okay, fine. What if we do math just like personal finances or accounting, you know? So
Right.
the whole class is centered around like budgeting, like, oh, what would you do if you were in this scenario? You know, oh,
That's
you
it.
you have
Yeah.
$40,000, you had $120,000 in debt.
Do it
What is
that
the
way.
minimum job that you need to get because of blah blah blah? Like that's what we'll be learning in this class. You know, oh,
Wow.
the next semester,
Value.
oh, you know, you're making 100K, you have no debt. Like, what do you think you should do? You know, what
Wow.
the fuck? Like, we're learning the same. You can teach me
Yeah.
Pythagorean theorem, but now I'm
Right.
learning how to do it with, you know, personal
Yeah.
finance, learning how to drive.
Right.
How do you evaluate this house that you want to live in? Let's learn
Sure.
geometry so you can look at a
Yeah.
blueprint. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
real world subjects. We don't need
Yeah.
abstract bullshit
Put
theory
it
of
that way.
nothing. Yeah.
Yeah. No, and I think, and that's incredible, bro, because when you relate things, like even the way you said it, like, because I always thought Pythagorean theorem was stupid, but like, oh, if you show us, you can still teach, which I want to teach, but break it down to somewhere as useful, like, because like knowing what I know now, it's like, and everyone, it's like you look back and it's like, dude, come on, in high school, man, if they would have actually taught us different like shit, or like, it's like, oh my God, they could have prepared us so much. Like, and not saying high schools didn't, but oh my God, they did not. Like, they could have
Facts.
prepared us for so many different things that we wouldn't, that could have eliminated problems, for
Real
one,
shit.
obviously. I mean, that you have to, because then you got to learn the hard goddamn way.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, and part of that's good too. But I mean, I just think that it can be it can be pointed in a different direction, bro. Like you said, and I like the vision that you spoke on. So for
Yeah, it's
sure.
like let's say like I benefited from the test culture because I was pretty good at taking tests. I got a
Mhm.
30 on my ACT. So let's say, oh, you're smart. But like I don't know how to change a tire. I
That's a
can't change
good
my
ass
tire.
score.
I can't change my oil. It is right.
Yeah.
But again, I took it one time, I got a 26. My mom put me in a class. So I just learned how to take the test. Oh, okay, great. Then I got a 30. Boom, I'm in college for free. Like, oh
Yeah.
wow, like
Facts. Off a test,
off a
bro.
test, like okay, like that, hey, that works for me. But
It
what about the
works,
people who
yeah.
couldn't take the class? Why couldn't we just have that class for everybody? But then, you know, I mean, it is a difference
That's
in
true.
there's a
Because
lot of
I
different shit, but it's like I'm just better at filling bubbles in on a sheet. You know what I'm saying? But why is that determining? Like, okay, let's no. This is better. Sure, that can determine you going to college. But if I'm electing not to go to college for my state funded education, why can't I learn just a little bit about insurance and, you
sure.
know, how to buy a house eventually, and,
Right. Right.
you know, credit, you know, like that should be worked into your
Period.
rudimentary, and
Period.
it shouldn't be a
If you want to
like.
go to college or not,
And
shit.
for me personally, I'm just wondering why is it taking it like I need to get a lot of more people on the podcast so I can figure out why does it take so like why there's no way we're the first ones thinking about this.
Right, of course.
What are the real barriers stopping us? Because I don't know what I don't really don't get it.
Hey, it all comes back to control. I mean,
Got it.
they
Yeah.
not, it's no mistake, dog. Like, I can't, that's the way I start seeing shit now, bro. I ain't, look, life is what it is. I'm not seeing shit as a mistake. Like,
Mm-mm.
I don't believe in coincidence, bro. I don't. I mean, so many things in my life has happened to show me like there's no way that this was by accident. And that is why I believe, that's why I say that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So um when it's still after this long and people have caught on for this long and you still don't see a change, it's, well, who's it controlled by? You
Right.
know, at the
Right.
top. At the top, you know, what are they everything is control. I mean, it comes down to control, bro. Where
Mm.
they only want to teach us certain shit. They only want us to know this. They only want you to want to do this. So like
Mm.
they don't give you perspective. At the end of the day, it's like the land, we don't have as much freedom as we think we do.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And
Whew.
um
Yeah, that shit does kind of suck.
it's a tough pill to
It,
swallow.
it's
But I mean,
true. It really is
think
true though,
about it.
because we can't affect the culture and the environment that we're born into and what the mainstream is. And that molds our experience as people.
It's,
Like that's
bro,
crazy as
that is
hell.
crazy to me because I was literally thinking about this when I was driving. I said I was driving and I drive a Dodge Challenger and I was driving next to a girl who was in a Mercedes Benz.
Okay.
And you already know when a girl in a Benz, You know what I'm saying? She got bread, or somebody got bread.
Somebody got bread and
Somebody
she
got
know,
bread,
yeah.
and she
Or
living
she
like
do.
that.
Yeah.
And like I said, she's living like that. She wants to, and that's very much okay. This girl is particularly young as shit, so it's like, okay, maybe I don't know, but I can't. Guess what? I can't even hate on a girl being bougie or wanting to
Right.
buy
Air
nice
quote.
things, or like wanting to have nice cars, because what if that's what they were born into? Like, say you're born into a rich family and all you
Yeah.
see is luxurious stuff, that's what you're gonna want. So when you see a motherfucker who look like, or that's not dressed like that, you're not gonna value that. Or like, but someone else, or from the middle class, or even from the low poor class, if you flip these people, it's gonna be the same thing they were
Right.
born into. You know what I mean? Like, she'll be this person and he'll be this person. And
Right.
it's all about what you're born into, and it's a control. It's all, I mean, that's what it comes down to, bro. You can't control that shit.
That's why the movie Us really hit me hard, because
Us,
it's, yeah,
what was the, oh yeah,
because it really was
that
like
joint, yeah,
the only
that
difference
was
was,
crazy.
yeah, because the only difference between the little girl was like just she was up there and the other one was down there. Like, that's some crazy ass shit. The only difference between is just,
That she didn't
oh
speak, yeah, that was
yeah,
beast, bro.
like that's fucking,
Like,
yeah,
at the end of the day, we're human, right?
we're human, yeah.
Like, life happens to the point where things happen. Like when you driving and you see a homeless person, they say, "Oh, that homeless person didn't plan." Yeah, I don't think that homeless person planned to be in that situation where they have to beg for money,
Right.
right? You know what I'm saying? But he or she was born,
Mm,
you know what I'm saying, onto this earth like me, and somehow they ended. This could be because of the choices they made. This could be because of anything. But that is, it's just, that's how it goes, bro. It's so many different things, bro. Like, even though we're all human, and that's what we tend to forget. We're still that person's still a human.
right.
I may got, like, because society tell you, oh, you got more money than him. You're more important than
You're
him.
more important. You're worth way more.
You're worth more. Your opinion is valued more. Um, Money talk, bullshit walk. That's the society we live in. Facts.
Yeah.
Um, but that, not even just money, but any type of, I don't know. I guess just standard that people live by, bro. It's just like,
That does
ah,
seem like it almost seems like a collective, like, mental health disease, where it's like
yeah,
we
you
all
think?
have this, yeah, we all have
Yeah,
this like hallucination that having more currency makes you inherently
it
more valuable as a person, when in reality there's
yeah,
no difference. Like, but we
no
all
difference.
agree and it makes it real. Like, that is some crazy ass
But that's
shit.
what I'm saying. Like, and that's what pisses me off, because it's not even like, it's just so funny to me,
Mm,
because me and my homie, we went shopping, and we go into Coach, you know what I'm saying? We
okay.
go, and we're looking at my homie looking at you did
Yeah.
a little
A
sweat, a little
jacket,
vest,
a coat,
but
a
it's just
vest. Okay.
like a vest jacket, whatever, bubble coat thing, whatever.
Okay.
But
Okay.
it's just like the price was outrageous, 450 or something. And I'm like, okay, the fact we've normalized this shit to where, like, a t-shirt, like designer, it, like, the fact that designer is a thing, and the fact that people, like, of course their target audience is the rich,
Right.
but it's the
Well,
standard, it's still
yeah,
the
go ahead.
standard. But I mean, it's the people, it's the standard set by these people that can't attain maybe having that, or they still buy it. It's, just to show that they have money,
Right. And
but it's a fucking shirt.
that's why it's really a powerful thing over the people who don't have it, because it's like, oh,
Yeah,
I want to buy that because I never
right.
had it. And I
Yeah,
want to signal to everybody else that, oh, I got it. So
I
you know
got
what
it
that
now.
means about me. Like, if I got this on, you know what that means.
Right, like,
If
okay,
I can drop
I got
450 on
money.
a t-shirt, you know what that means. You feel me? Or that's really
It
what it
just,
is.
it's all it is showing status, right? I mean,
Flex, yeah.
it's flex at the
NFTs
end of
and
the
shit.
day.
That's they
Yeah,
really, bro. They're pushing that shit so hard, but it really is a collective. Like, I mean, unless you're
it's
laundering
flex,
money, because
man.
I'm sure a lot hell of people are laundering money with these NFTs.
All this, bro.
That shit crazy.
But hell yeah, bro. Like, literally though, like you said, bro, a flex. And that's so funny to me, bro.
Yeah.
It's so if we could just think past that shit, bro.
Yeah. I think the world would be a better place if we just weren't so divided. But it's so hard with all the distractions and all the bullshit,
Mm,
bro. It's
yeah.
so crazy. I want to ask you this question. We're going back to school type of shit, kind
Go
of.
ahead. Bet.
Are you familiar with affirmative action and how it works?
Say that again.
Are you
Affirmative
familiar with,
action.
yeah, affirmative action?
Elaborate.
So I only have a rudimentary knowledge of it, admittedly. I was actually watching a debate between two Supreme Court judges, which is actually lit. But basically, affirmative action means that the schools, so like say a college, can discriminate based on race. So like they'll look at your shit and be like, this is a black person. We need more black people in. So let's let them in.
Bro.
Oh, we have enough white people. So sorry, we're gonna have to give your spot up. How do you what do you think about affirmative action?
Dude, this is crazy. Like, I shit you not, this weekend. So I'm answering your question because I just had a similar conversation to this.
Mm,
Um, I went out with some friends and with her family and she's Hispanic. And there was of course, but there was white people there. I'm
right.
there. Um, but she was saying how like in her field she wants to be a vet. Her field. We were talking about on job applications how they ask for African American, white, black, or
Right.
Hispanic. Because
Right.
and
Right.
here's the thing though, and she was like, oh, Hispanic or Latina. She was concerned about that, like the fact that they're kind of associating both, and some people took offense to that
Mm-hmm.
to Hispanic, because it's the term that they were given. But I say eliminate that in general, right? Because of what you said, if some people they have to look at a company like, oh, we need to be more diverse. We need more black people. He's black. Well, give him, you know what I mean? So like you
Mm-hmm.
said, or whatever the case may be. And I think personally that we're only in that position because of for X amount of reasons, but to truly get away from that is to abolish that shit. Abolish that shit
Mm.
off of job applications, off of anything. Don't put even sex to a certain extent. Take that off. Don't put male or female. Anybody that can get the job done should be brought in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I hate that. I hate that. And I think the only way you truly get away from that diverse, oh, we need to be diverse, is to not think about it and literally hire and bring in now based off of talent and whatever fits. Because it's just that simple. I mean,
Mm.
I truly think that I just because I don't know. I just that's my opinion on that's the way I see it.
The argument is they'll say, oh, well, if we did that, then it would just be nothing but Asians and white people going to all the schools and running shit because the black people, their standards, and the Hispanic people, the people of color, the people in the inner cities, I should say, because it's really not about color, it's about socioeconomic status.
Sure.
People in that socioeconomic status are scoring less. There just happens to be, more more black and brown people that are like that. But anyway,
Yeah.
they're like they'll say
But
they're not gonna make it. So this is what we're doing to balance it
okay.
out. What do you think
And
about
and
that?
and 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 what I'll say to that is two things. For one, we got to look. Let's scale it back to why is that? Why in the inner city are we not? Are we not? Are these kids not getting taken care of? Why are we not scoring high? Are we not getting? Are we not getting the same education? Are we not getting the same care put into the inner cities? And we're not. We're not. Okay. And I from Chicago for sure isn't. And all I have to say about that is that's I mean it shouldn't have been like that in the first place.
Right.
And and now we're trying to it's like we're just trying to, kind of right our wrongs. And I still don't feel like it's gonna be effective. Like, because I disagree. If you say, oh, white people and Asian people, and I get it, they score better, but that's why I'm saying change the system to where it has to be off scores because you have millions of talented black individuals, Hispanic individuals who can make it, on the same, who prove to impact the world doing the same things that these white people or Asian people or whoever in that social economical status have that advantage over, who can do that job at the same rate given the opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
So as it, like, literally, bro, think about it. It's like there's no reason why a certain person, because of their skin color, should be, oh, this person is just smarter. Like, no, look at the damn, like, what's wrong? Like,
Well,
what
what
is
if,
it?
so
What's
wait,
the
what if they're
culture?
like, what if we're like, all right, bet we have 99, we have 900, we have 9,999 of the top applicants. 3% of them are Black, or no, I'll say 4%, because when I went to Pitt, it was like 4.5%. So we'll say 4.5% of them were Black out of the whole. Should we let some more Black people in to up the
So you're
numbers a little
saying,
bit,
so you're
but
saying
and
like equal
subtract from
talent.
one of the greater ones, even though the ones in the, we have I have 15,000 white A pluses, but I only had like 4, Black A pluses. So now what do I do? Do I let some B's in, some C? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like, what do you think? Like, should they
Open the
open
door
the
to.
doors up?
Well, when you bring it, so when you talk about the education system, like specifically college, that I don't necessarily disagree with at this point,
Right.
because I do want, because absolutely, I'm talking now when I say, I was speaking more so businesses,
Mm-hmm.
um, but even then I can still see how it may be it may be looked at that way, but I still want our people to have opportunity to get into school,
Yeah.
because even if you have that B or C student, with the proper education and guidance, they'll become that A.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you become smarter. Like, I was a smart kid growing up. I wasn't dumb. I had good grades. But when I got to college, I got smarter. And it's not, and it is, and I will credit my degree to that. But I mean, also just experience, um, going through things. I mean, having to be on your own. I mean, just like anything. I mean, of course, athletics. But I was definitely, I will say, like, the experience helped me. You know, I feel like I'm a better student than I ever was
Mm-hmm.
leaving college than entering. I mean, entering I was a good student, but even leaving college, it's like I just learned so much. So I still feel like I do appreciate them now, giving us opportunities to let those others in. But again, then you look at the people who worked the hard, who got the A's, the white
Right.
kids, and or whatever, the Black kid, that
Whoever it is that
whoever
does
it
not,
is, fam, it
whoever's
doesn't
not getting the
matter. It,
spot.
it
Yeah,
doesn't
it doesn't matter
whoever's, but they work just as hard, and just, so
right.
what? Just because, and now they got to be punished. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's why it's like it's really a catch-22, and to me it always scales back to like letting the person who deserved it get in, because I would look at it this way, like, as a Black American, yes, I can be just as talented. Um, but am I gonna get that call over a white?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And that's how I see it. Even though I was just as talented, if not, you could be even a little more, and they still, So again, that's why I originally had went with that. But that was
Yeah.
great though.
No, I think it's such a nuanced question, and I personally think, yeah, it would be better to just have no. It doesn't matter what race you are. We're going off the best scores, and so
Facts.
if we're noticing that we're getting
Yeah.
underrepresented in certain areas or certain
Yeah.
races, because I hate to race bait and like make it about race, because I really
Me
don't want to
too.
focus
Me
on it,
too.
but
Me
I know
too.
people will understand it. So if you're
Sure.
listening, we're not trying to make it about race, but just so you understand,
Absolutely.
it's like, okay, yes, there's not enough Black people here. Okay, we understand that. So now, why don't we focus on what, like, the problem versus the symptom? So the symptom is, we're not getting the same representation in college. So why don't we figure out why is that happening? And then we'll see like the conditions of the schools, the community, etc. that's where the attention needs to be put. But instead, we'll say, there's not much we can do. Fuck it. Let's just try to change some stuff over here instead of no. Let's actually magnify. Let's put a magnifying glass over the problem so we can really see how big of an issue it is and fix it. Yeah. Because it's so easy to ignore it when we just say, oh, fuck it. Like, see, hey, we got diversity, my nigga. We got like 5% of black people or whatever. We met our quota. Versus,
literally,
the reality is like a lot of our shit is continuously year after year struggling. I'm just like, well, yeah, because it's out of sight, out of mind. Like,
yeah, and it's like, oh, this. I mean, you can make the argument, oh, they're not talented, like they're struggling. Yeah, like you said, like literally, they need the help, fam. Like it's so like the fact of the matter is we're humans. There's no way a skin color, like you pop out the womb and you're gonna tell me this baby's dumber because he looks a different color. This baby, if you pull out two babies that's two different colors, and you give them opportunity and you give them the same lives, like, well, you know what I'm saying? Like, you cannot tell me that they're not going to grow up and be a certain way.
Right.
So, I mean, it's simply like you said, put that magnifying glass on and really, scale it down. Like, what the fuck? Like, it's what it should be. But again, it comes back to what I keep saying: control. Woo! Control. It's not. It's Jordan. It's not. We're not the first ones talking about this. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, brother. I mean, what are we waiting for?
Right. What?
So I mean,
it's not a priority
in the history. I don't know. It's not a priority, like you said. It's not. So fuck.
Damn.
That's beast.
I was about to say something else. I had something good too. Hold on, let me think of it.
To the
kids, yeah,
man, the school shit, man.
Like, yeah. So okay, this is the point I want to make. It goes back to our whole idea of instead of having tests where we're learning about bullshit, we can be at least teaching things that you can use in the real world. So even if you don't get to college, it's not going to be the end of the world. Like they put so much, and it's not either, but they put so much emphasis on it that it's like they pressure kids. They get kids all stressed out and anxious, and you know what I'm saying? Like getting kids anxious as hell from a young age, like that should damn near be a crime. Like, oh man, I don't like. Every kid in high school is if I don't want my parents to have to pay for this bullshit. Let me try to get a scholarship. I hope I get in. You know what I'm saying? People are stressed out about that. That's fucked up.
Yeah, because it's like they bank your whole life on it, really. And that was one of my biggest things too. Like, oh, of course, let me try to get this scholarship because it's so much money. And I mean, but at the same time, it's like I have to have it, or else I won't have a future. Right. That's just how they.
That's the thought process behind it.
And I even thought, like, why not just, even in high school, man, like literally start letting these kids pick things, like have majors in high school. Bro.
Facts. Expose motherfuckers to shit.
And if they want to continue that in college, they can. But if not, if they want to switch in college, they can get a different major. Like, don't let kids learn about shit. Because I mean, you're gonna see an increase in test scores of things kids like to learn.
Bro, yeah, bro. Now you're really fucking knocking out the park right now, bro. You're going crazy right now.
That shit. I mean, facts. It's just like if you work. It's just like if you work.
When you're working, like you want to do some shit that you want to do, that you have genuine interest in. Facts. That you see the value in it. You're like, yeah. You see yourself in it. You're like, yeah, fuck yeah, I could do this shit. You know what I'm saying? That's my shit. I come in here and shit gets done. That shit's raw.
At least some type of options, bro.
Like, all right, bro. I would not have chosen the same major. Like, business is cool, but I wouldn't have done business. I would have done some other shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I saw these niggas debating on that Supreme Court shit. I was like, nigga, if I would have seen some shit like this, I would have tried to be on. I want to be a goddamn judge. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Oh yeah. This is what I wanted to say before. This is again kind of going away from school and tests and all that.
Sure.
But how we were saying that, the country or the politics, like that, whatever it is, we're born into a world that we didn't have a say in creating, that's molding our everything. And rap music specifically, but I would say even broader.
Oh, yeah, we didn't talk any rap music really. That's crazy.
Even broader on like most Black cultural things, or I wouldn't say most, but a lot of Black culture is centered around being oppressed. You know what I mean? Like we're not even thinking of shit outside of a paradigm where we aren't oppressed. And so that's how you know you're really not that free, because you
That's what I'm
can't even
saying.
imagine being free. Because you can't even imagine being free because you've never been in a world where you weren't, where you
Bruh.
didn't have the mental oppression. You know what I'm saying? Like that's some
Bro,
crazy ass
isn't
shit.
that sad, bro? Like, and people won't like, I mean, we as humans, black humans, have learned to like somewhat adapt with it, literally to the point where we don't
Literally.
notice it.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is they don't, if you haven't been in this position, you won't understand. But like
Mm.
being a black person in a lot of scenarios is just like, for one, it's just interesting. It's like, oh my God. You first of all, or if you're the only black person in that room,
Right.
or like it's like,
It's
God
so
damn
funny.
it. The
Yeah.
one that black person. Like it's just like, but we or it's like I can't go, will I get looked at differently if I walk outside this? Like it's
Yeah.
just
And
it's just
yeah, bro.
crazy.
Yeah. I saw Sandra Bullock like saying, like, oh, I had to have a talk with my kid about, blah, blah, blah. I'm just like, yeah and no, like yeah, but at the same time also, like, is that really what we want to be teaching her, like telling her, like, okay,
What did she say?
I mean, she was basically saying, like, because of the color of your skin, people are going to look at you a certain way. I'm just like,
You don't want to condition
yeah,
them that way.
yeah, like, I don't want to exactly. I want, like, obviously we need to be aware, but I don't want people to be conditioned to be fearing, and because that's what happens is you start to reinforce, oh, like, I'm inferior, like they're
Right.
looking down at me, like I need to hide this or I need to be that, like,
That's a
okay,
very good,
sure,
that's
there's
a,
some
yeah.
practicality in that, but on the everyday, day to day, I'm not encountering KKK old school racists. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't think that is as realistic as it is before. I think the racism we get now is more, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. You know what I'm saying? Like, I told you
Systematic.
what to do, you didn't do it, so like I'm gonna
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
fuck you up, or like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, it's more insidious versus the caricaturized, boogeyman that they have kind of implanted in
I mean,
the average black person's brain.
and it's so incredible that you say, because I just think it's funny that they even have a black, like, oh, a black vote. I'm gonna win the black vote,
Literally,
like politicians, like,
it's literally a
or the
black vote,
Hispanic
because y'all
vote,
niggas are all gonna vote where we tell you to go. Like,
or
what? That's
I
so
mean, or Hispanic
disrespectful.
vote, and
That's disrespectful.
I mean,
Like, you guys are all the same, so
yeah,
we do this for black people because you guys are all the same. Like, just like all y'all Hispanic people are the same. You speak Spanish, you're the same shit, bro. Cuban, Puerto Rican, and all that other shit. You know what I'm saying? We don't give a fuck. Hispanic vote was what it is. Like, that shit is crazy.
so are you really free? You know what I'm saying? That's why, like, a lot of times it's tough for people to, when they do get in these conversations, and because it can have you questioning a lot,
Mm.
and it can even have you losing motivation for certain shit. But I mean, there is a way. There's always a way. So, you gotta keep some positivity. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
facts. There is
And,
a way.
and, and, and,
It just starts with simple shit. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Everybody
man,
gets
just
so
be
bogged
nice,
down on,
man.
oh my God, what do we do? You know what I'm saying? Like, you, like, again, you'll say, oh, Jordan, you're talking about free healthcare. How are we gonna do that? Why don't we just
Yeah,
talk about it first? Like, I don't,
let's have
like,
a
bro, I don't know.
conversation.
Let's talk it out, because motherfuckers aren't even having that kind of discourse on TV. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's
Yeah,
talk it out. Let's put it in public consciousness. You know what I'm saying? We're
yeah,
letting them dictate what the agenda is. Why don't we dictate the
right.
agenda if this is really
And
democracy?
because the only time they'll talk it out is like the only time they talk things out on TV is what they want us to see
Right.
and
And then
what they
even then
want
it's
us to
two
think.
minutes.
And yes, it's 2 minutes, and it's like, what? And here's what I want you to think is important. This is what's going on. Like, there's
Yep.
this topic is important. They're gonna talk about it. Y'all listen.
Yep.
Like,
Exactly.
bruh, come on, man. Like, bro, come on. We over that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. That shit dead to me.
So yeah, bro. I think we should wrap it up. I'm not gonna lie, I'm tired and kind of hungry too. We've been on
Yeah,
this
I
shit
got
for
hungry because we've been here, so I didn't even realize how long we were going. My bad, dog.
no, bro. What, ain't no bad. Ain't nobody's bad. We over here
Yeah, it's
literally just
back,
vibing.
man. We
We said an
vibe.
hour at the least. Everything else after that is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, hey, it is what
true.
it is. So
Some
yo,
good. It's some good shit, brother.
yeah. Anytime you want to hop back on this bitch, bro, you already know what it is. Fucking Scuddy
Yes,
time.
yes, sir. The
All right,
shit
bro.
show, brother. Let's
Uh,
get to it.
all right, bro. I'll holler at you later. I'll hit you up
All right,
offline.
big dog, for sure.
All right, later.